In a world where every camera promises speed, clarity, and perfection, one name stands poised to deliver it all, without breaking the bank or abandoning the soul of photography. Welcome to the full review of the Nikon Z80. Whether you're a hybrid shooter, an emerging content creator, or a seasoned Nikon loyalist, this might just be the APS-C mirrorless camera you've been waiting for. In this deep dive, we'll leave no stone unturned. From its redesigned body and new sensor, to autofocus intelligence, color fidelity, and video versatility, this is the Nikon Z80, fully explored. Let's begin with first impressions. The Nikon Z80 sits comfortably in Nikon's expanding mirrorless ecosystem. It's targeted at advanced amateurs and hybrid creators who want more than the basics, but don't quite need the bulk or price of a full-frame system. Right away, the Z80's redesigned chassis stands out. It's more sculpted than its predecessor, the Z70, with cleaner lines and improved ergonomics. Nikon has always prioritized handling, and this camera is no exception. The grip is deep and well contoured, almost like a mini Z6 II. Despite being compact, it feels solid thanks to a magnesium alloy frame and subtle rubber texturing on key touch points. This is a camera you can shoot with all day. The button layout has been refined too. You get a dedicated AF on button, dual function buttons near the lens mount, and a well-placed joystick for AF point control. Unlike entry-level mirrorless bodies, nothing here feels like a compromise. The top plate features a mode dial with a lock, a single command dial, and a front-facing subdial, a nod to Nikon's pro ergonomics. The 3.2-inch rear LCD is fully articulating and touch-enabled. Great for vloggers and solo creators. And while the EVF isn't class-leading, it's a 2.36 m.OLED that's crisp, responsive, and gets the job done with minimal lag. In short, the Z80's design is a balance of portability and function. It looks good, feels better, and doesn't cut corners where it counts. Now let's get into the heart of the Z80. Its brand new 26-megapixel BSI CMOS sensor. This sensor is likely based on the same tech found in the Fujifilm X-T5 and Sony FX30, a new breed of backside illuminated APS-C chips that push beyond the limitations of older sensors. This is a massive leap compared to the Z50's 20-megapixel sensor. You get sharper detail, more latitude in post, and better noise control at higher ISOs. Nikon's Xpeed 7 processor, borrowed from the Z8 and Z9, helps extract every bit of performance out of this chip. That means faster readout, better heat management, and, most importantly, better color fidelity and tonal transitions. The Z80 delivers stunning 14-bit RAW files with ample headroom for post-processing. The dynamic range is excellent, especially in shadows. You can underexpose by 3 to 4 stops and recover detail without banding or color shifts. Highlights hold well too, though the roll-off is a touch more aggressive than on Nikon's full-frame models. Color rendering has improved. Skin tones are neutral but flattering, greens are natural, and blues retain richness without skewing magenta. JPEGs benefit from Nikon's picture control profiles, especially the new flat and portrait modes, which look cinematic straight out of the camera. ISO performance is very respectable for APS-C. Base ISO is 100, and files stay clean up to 1600. ISO 3200 is perfectly usable with a little NR, and even 6400 holds up for social media or web output. Beyond that, things get grainy. But the noise pattern is fine and film-like, not blotchy. In stills mode, the Z80 shines as a versatile imaging tool. Whether you're capturing portraits, landscapes, or editorial content, it delivers pro-level output in a mid-range body. Nikon's color science has matured beautifully over the years, and the Z80 continues that tradition. Unlike Canon's warmth or Sony's clinical precision, Nikon aims for realism with subtlety. The results? Natural, pleasing tones that require minimal adjustment. Skin tones are rendered with care. There's no unnatural pink cast, and yellow shifts are minimal. Caucasian, Asian, and darker skin tones all look consistent, which makes it a great choice for event and portrait work. Greens, a tricky area for many sensors, are handled with Nikon's trademark neutrality. Grass, foliage, and forest scenes look organic, not radioactive. Blues lean slightly towards cyan, but never go overboard. One standout improvement in the Z80 is its auto white balance algorithm. It's smarter, faster, and more adaptable in mixed lighting. Indoor shoots under LEDs or outdoor golden hour portraits both maintain accurate white points with minimal intervention. JPEG shooters will also appreciate the updated picture controls. Standard mode looks crisp and contrasty without crushing. Plex, flat mode gives you a low contrast profile ideal for post. And there's a new portrait deep setting that offers gentle roll-off and pastel-like rendering. Overall, the Z80 provides a color palette that's flexible but satisfying straight out of the camera. Whether you're a RAW editor or a JPEG enthusiast, you're getting Nikon's best color science in an APS-C package. Autofocus is where the Z80 levels up, big time. With 493 phase detect points covering nearly the entire frame, the camera uses the same X-Speed 7 based subject detection algorithms found in the Z8 and Z9. That means real-time recognition for humans, animals, birds, vehicles, and more. Eye and face detection are near instant and highly accurate. Even when subjects are moving erratically or partially occluded, the Z80 holds focus. In our tests, it tracked dancers, cyclists, and pets with minimal hunting or misfocus. You can also customize AF zones extensively. Want a smaller box just for eyes? Done. Prefer a wide area that tracks your dog across the park? Easy. The touchscreen makes selecting AF points a breeze, and the joystick offers a tactile fallback when you're shooting through the EVF. Burst performance is solid, up to 14 FPS with full AF-AE, or 20 FPS in silent electronic shutter mode. Buffer depth is decent, especially with a fast UHS-2 SD card. Just be aware that RAW plus JPEG at 14 FPS will fill the buffer in under 2 seconds. For extended bursts, consider JPEG only or lower frame rates. IBIS, unfortunately, no. That's reserved for Nikon's full-frame Z bodies. But the Z80 does support digital IS and video, and the lightweight body plus VR-equipped lenses make handheld shooting manageable. Menu navigation is classic Nikon. Logical, consistent, and deeply customizable. If you've used any Z-series camera before, you'll feel at home. Custom buttons, U1, U3 modes, and My Menu options give you plenty of flexibility. In the field, the Z80 is a responsive, intelligent shooter that lets you focus on your subject, not your settings. Now let's talk about video. This is where the Nikon Z80 aims to compete head-on with the Sony ZV-E10 and Canon R50, but it does so with a stronger feature set for serious creators. The Z80 records 4K up to 60p with full pixel readout. No crop. That's right, oversampled 6K to 4K readout from the full sensor width. The footage is tack sharp with excellent detail retention and color accuracy. You also get 10-bit internal recording using H, 265, and N-Log, plus external ProRes RAW and Blackmagic RAW via HDMI. For a mid-range APS-C camera, that's outstanding. Autofocus during video is reliable, with eye tracking for humans and animals. It's sticky and smooth, though it can occasionally pulse in low light or backlit scenes. Focus transitions are adjustable for speed and responsiveness. Audio tools include a mic input and headphone jack, with on-screen levels and gain control. There's even a wind noise filter and support for Nikon's MEW1 wireless mic system. The Z80 also supports 1080p at up to 120 fps for slow motion and 4K time-lapse recording with interval metering. Rolling shutter is present at 4K 60, but manageable for most scenarios. The fully articulating screen makes the Z80 a viable vlogging rig, especially when paired with the compact 16 to 50mm VR kit lens. Digital IS helps stabilize walking shots, but don't expect GoPro-level performance. Overall, the Nikon Z80 is an extremely capable video camera for its class. It delivers on the essentials and adds pro-level options rarely seen at this price. Let's shift to workflow, an often underrated aspect that directly affects your day-to-day shooting experience. The Nikon Z80 excels in keeping pace with modern hybrid creators who demand flexibility from capture to post. JPEGs are snappy, smooth and well-rendered, with low processing latency. In burst mode, the buffer clears swiftly using a UHS-2 SD card. From full buffer to ready to shoot, it takes just a few seconds. Not Z9 speeds, but respectable for this class. Tethered shooting works well via USB-C, and Nikon's NX Tether software now supports direct capture into Lightroom and Capture One with minimal lag. For YouTubers or studio shooters, this makes the Z80 a viable overhead cam or content station. The Z80 also supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0 for fast image transfer to Nikon's SnapBridge app. It's not instantaneous, but it's stable, and mobile RAW editing is increasingly viable with apps like Lightroom Mobile. File naming, color tagging, and IPTC metadata entry are all supported in camera. So if you're filing images for Newswire, events, or editorial work, this cuts down on post-production time. In short, the Z80 doesn't just shoot fast, It integrates smoothly with pro and semi-pro workflows. From SD card speed to file management tools, it's built for real-world efficiency. A camera is only as good as the lenses you can mount on it, and the Z80 benefits from a maturing ecosystem. Nikon's ZDX lineup is slowly growing, and while it's still not as deep as Canon RFS or Sony E-mount APS-C offerings, the essentials are covered. You get sharp, lightweight primes like the 24mm f/1.7 and 40mm f/2, and zooms like the 16-50mm VR and 50-250mm VR. These are optically decent, stabilized, and well suited for casual and travel photography. But the real magic happens when you mount Nikon's full-frame Z-glass. The 35mm/1.8s, 85mm/1.8s, and the 70-200mm f/2.8s deliver outstanding sharpness and rendering, even when used on the Z80's smaller sensor. Yes, they're larger and pricier, but they future-proof your investment. For legacy users, the FT-Z2 adapter allows mounting older f-mount glass with full AF compatibility. Lenses like the 50mm f/1.4G or 24-70mm f/2.8G work seamlessly. You lose in-body stabilization, but optically and functionally, the experience is solid. Third-party lens support is improving. Viltrox, Sigma, and TT Artisan have begun releasing autofocus-compatible primes for Z-mount, and more options are on the horizon as Nikon opens its protocols. If you're building a new kit from scratch, the Z system is catching up quickly. And if you already own Nikon glass, the transition is smooth and cost-effective. In a word, absolutely. Nikon has delivered a camera that brings pro-level features to APS-C without the pro price tag. It's a hybrid shooter's dream. Excellent for stills, strong for video, and polished in design and handling. If you're looking for a camera in 2025, the Z80 should be on your shortlist. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on our latest videos.